I thought the road would take me home. I was wrong. It was almost midnight when I left the city. The drive was simple. One road, no turns, no stops. Just 3 hours until I reached home. At first, everything felt normal. The road was quiet. The radio played softly. The night sky was clear. Then, the fog appeared. It started as a thin layer drifting across the road. Within minutes, it became so thick that I could barely see past my headlights. I slowed down and checked my GPS. The screen flickered. The map disappeared. Then it came back. Then disappeared again. A strange feeling settled in my stomach. I reached for the radio, hoping to distract myself. All I heard was static. Then, for a brief second, a voice broke through the noise. Turn back. I froze. The voice was low and distant. Before I could react, the radio went silent. I told myself it was nothing, just a bad signal. So I kept driving. 10 minutes later, the fog suddenly began to clear. That was when I saw the sign. Welcome to GreensTown. The old wooden sign stood beside the road, covered in rust and peeling paint. I frowned. I had never heard of GreensTown before. Still, I drove past it and continued down the road. But 20 minutes later, I saw the same sign again. Welcome to GreensTown. My hands tightened around the steering wheel. That wasn't possible. I hadn't turned around. I hadn't taken another road. Yet somehow, I was back where I started. And that was the moment I realized something was very wrong. Because the road wasn't taking me home anymore. It was taking me somewhere else. I slowed the car and stared at the sign. Welcome to GreensTown. The rusty letters seemed older than the town itself. For a moment, I thought about turning around. But when I looked through the rear window, all I saw was fog. Thick, white, endless. The road behind me had completely disappeared. A chill ran through my body. I grabbed my phone and checked for a signal. Nothing. No bars, no internet, no way to call anyone. Great, I muttered. I took a deep breath and drove forward. Maybe there was a gas station. Maybe there were people who could help. The town appeared slowly through the fog. Old buildings lined both sides of the road. Most of them looked empty. Paint peeled from the walls. Store signs hung crooked above broken windows. Everything looked forgotten, as if nobody had lived there for years. The strange thing was the silence. No cars, no voices, no dogs barking, not even the sound of the wind. The whole town felt frozen. Then I saw it. A light. Far down the street. A single yellow light glowing through the darkness. I squinted. It was coming from a small convenience store. Every other building was dark, but this one was open. My heart beat a little faster. Finally, someone had to be there. I parked across the street and stepped out of the car. The cold air hit me immediately. The town smelled damp and old, like wood that had been sitting in the rain for years. I started walking toward the store. My footsteps echoed loudly across the empty street. The sound seemed too loud, as if the town was listening. Halfway there, I stopped. Something caught my eye. one of the second-floor windows in a nearby building. I could have sworn someone was standing there, watching me. I looked closer. The window was empty. Just darkness. I shook my head. Maybe I was tired. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. But as I continued toward the store, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching my every move.